So whatever has happened today yet so far, just allow all of that to drift into the background. Conversations you've had, tasks you've completed or halfway completed, things you've heard on the news. Just start to let your awareness drift to those things, right? Giving it validity, but then allowing your awareness to drift past those things so that you are practicing this sense of letting go. And at the same time, the sense of arriving with yourself in this space. So I'll meet you on the mat and we'll just start breathing. So when you're laying on this blanket, you're gonna feel this right at the lower part of your rib cage on the back body. And it's bringing pressure right there at that mid back where we typically hold a lot of tightness and tension. Not for everybody. And so just allow your back body muscles to relax as you settle there. So even if you've been here for a couple minutes, just notice any tightness into the muscles that surround your spine. And as you exhale, with every exhale, use that as an opportunity to relax more. Your knees can be bent with your feet as wide as the mat, dropping the knees together to really relax any effort of holding the legs upright. Your legs can go long here, just resting the feet open to relax the legs all the way up through the hips. Or your knees can be bent with the bottoms of your feet touching and the knees wide. That one might become a little bit more of an effort. So if that becomes the case, if you notice that you're tightening the knees wide, then just move. And that goes for any posture. If there is anything, any part of the body that starts to tighten as we stay here for a little while, notice it. See if you can let it go, but then move as you need to shift to get more comfortable. And then if you haven't already, try to elongate the back of your neck by lifting your head and bringing your chin to your throat, but then resting the head heavy. So you feel a very gentle stretch through the neck. And the eyes can close if that feels comfortable for you, but of course, the eyes want to stay open. Let them stay open and find something to stare at above you, where you can kind of zone out on it and just relax the eyelids over that one point. And so start to feel the eyelids soften and the little fibers around your eyes soften. Relax the cheeks and through your jaw. Feeling the connection point of the top and the bottom jaw, that spot right by your ears soften. And even if it feels good, open your jaw wide and stretch that area. Stretch the face, scrunch the face, and then relax it. Relax the tongue inside of your mouth, relax the muscles around your neck, your upper back, and collarbones to your shoulders. And just bring all of your awareness inside into tracing the flow of the breath. Feeling and observing the breath traveling in through the nose, through the throat, into the lungs, filling you up like you're filling a balloon. And as you exhale, just release with ease. Don't even worry about trying to expel more air yet. We will definitely get there, but allow your exhale to be passive so that with every breath out, you can relax more once again. And typically, as our thinking mind takes over and we start, replaying interactions or thinking about things that we still have to complete that we haven't done yet, our body will typically tighten in response to the thoughts. Tension, it's natural. So then the practice is an observation of observing when our mind has started thinking again, when we've drifted away from our awareness of ourselves. And then we exhale again, we just remind ourselves of this next breath out and we relax more once again. Releasing the gripping thoughts, releasing any gripping tension that was created. And so maybe bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows without actually going cross-eyed. And just dive inside once again and scan the internal landscape to observe how you're feeling physically, but also emotionally and energetically. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's zero judgment in this space. It's just observation. Just learning about how we are feeling in this moment in time. because our attention is usually off and away out of our body. And so here in this practice, we get to really be connected with and think about our body and our emotions and our energy. And if it feels right for you, maybe set an intention for yourself. I'm a big believer in intention setting and the power of our mind and our thoughts. One teacher says, and many of you have heard me say this, but he always says, be careful of what you think because your thoughts will manifest. And especially when we are surrounded by a lot of negativity in our world, a lot of uncertainty and change, it's easy to flow into a negative thought pattern. And so intentions really help us. It's like a tool to help us kind of pause on that pathway and shift our direction, going in a direction that's more supportive and loving and encouraging for our own well-being. So find a word or a phrase. It can be an I am affirmation, and just start repeating this in your mind a few times. Letting it be the only thought present. And as you're thinking about it, let a little smile come upon your face. And as you're exhaling and you're thinking about it, relax the body more. So you're bringing this really positive emotional response and a sense of ease in your body to your thought. Now, I'll remind you of this intention throughout our practice today. Let's take a nice full breath in now. So wherever you are, just breathe into your capacity. And then an open mouth exhale and just sigh it out. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly, feel the ribs flare, bring the breath up into your chest, hold it in. And then an open mouth exhale and just relax the body. And then 1 more full inhale in through the nose. Exhale with an open mouth and relax. And then we'll slowly transition. So your eyes can stay closed here. Just move your eyes under the eyelids, rolling them around. Slowly bend your knees, bring your feet on the floor, and rock your knees gently left and gently right. Very slowly, very mindfully aware of the pressure in the hips and the side hips and the low back, the movement of the spine and how it feels with this pressure behind us. And then bring your legs or your feet closer together and roll over to your right side or left side, whichever side feels comfortable. Bring that opposite hand in front of you and start to push yourself up. So now use your hands to prop yourself up and then get this blanket out from being on the mat. We're going to come right up to a seated position. So bring your legs to cross. Take your time just transitioning slowly because of that back bend we were in. We are going to forward fold now to reverse that. But you might feel like a heat sensation or stretch sensation in that mid-back, so awareness. Let's inhale your arms all the way up, palms face each other. And then just start scooting your weight left to right, moving your hips back 1 at a time. Take another deep breath here, shoulders right over your hips, reach tall, and then as you exhale, fold forward. Let your hands land to the floor whenever, spread your fingers wide, and then start to let your hands slide forward, and then relax your head all the way down. Now take a full breath into the back of your body. And as you exhale, engage your belly, squeeze your belly button in and relax your head heavier through the arms. Now maybe dip one shoulder lower than the other and then dip to the other side. So you start to slowly feel some spaciousness in the left and right sides of your body. And relax your head even heavier here. Our neck works hard, keeping our head up all day, so it's usually tight. Those muscles have been working hard. So let your head be weighted down to feel a stretch through the neck and the spine. Keep your breath flowing here, deeper inhales into the back and the side of your ribs. Exhale, really engage your belly so you're helping to expel more air out of the body with the breath out. And then pause at center with any movement. Last inhale here. Exhale, melt into your forward fold. And then engage your core. Let your hands slide on the floor as you slowly pull your body weight back. Stack your spine behind you. Roll the shoulders up as your head is lifting. Circle them back and swoop your arms up to the sun. Now bend your right elbow. That's gonna be my left, your right elbow. Grab that elbow with your right hand, your left hand, and lunge that arm behind your head. So right elbow is bent, forearm is behind the head, and their hand is towards the upper back. Now your chin is probably down. I'm gonna try to lift your chin up so that it's almost parallel to the floor. Relax your knees and hips and take a deep breath in, lengthening through the right side. As you exhale, very slowly tilt to the left. Good, and it's not about how far you're going, it's just about finding a gentle stretch through the whole right side, and then breathe into that rib cage. As you exhale, tighten your tummy and lean a little bit more. Push your skull, the back of your head, into your forearms so you're continuously keeping your throat clear, your chin away from your chest. Last deep breath here, try to bring the left shoulder forward so your chest is parallel. Exhale to lean, and then inhale, straighten the spine, and then reach your arms up. Relax your shoulders here, move your head around a little bit, and then we'll bend the opposite arm. So bend your left arm, grab that left elbow with your right hand, and gently pull that arm behind your head. Right away, lift your chin, push your head into your forearm, relax your knees and into your hips. Inhale, lift your chest forward here. So you're trying to flatten the upper back. And as you exhale, tilt to the left. Rather than a lean, right? And the lean, we're really lowering over and bringing weight over to that right side. So a tilt, we're trying to move from the bottom of our rib cage and up so that the lower spine stays neutral. The weight on the left and right hip is even. Inhale again into that left rib cage. Exhale, relax your face and your jaw. Notice where tension creeps in. Deeper breath into the left side. Exhale with ease, always finding this space and this chance to release effort among effort, finding ease among the effort. And then with the next inhale, straighten the spine and your arms all the way up, and then release them down, interlacing them behind your back. Now this may be really tight in your shoulders, so you have option one to keep your thumb knuckles pressing against the low back and then squeeze your inner elbows towards each other. Good, you can stay right here and just start to lift your chest, maybe look up here if that's okay. Squeeze those inner elbows towards each other behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades. And then the other option is straightening your arms, lifting them a little bit away from your lower back. Maybe start to feel like there's a string on your heart center pulling up towards the ceiling, so you're arching that upper back a little more, just like when we were seated or reclined on our back. Take another deep breath into your chest. And as you exhale, release your clasp. Swoop your arms all the way up again. And as you exhale now, twist over to your right, look to the right, and then drop your arms down. So your left hand drops to your right knee, and your right hand is right behind your lower back on the floor. Push into the right hand to prop your heart forward and up. And as you exhale, engage your belly, engage the abdominal muscles, and twist a little, gazing behind you. Try not to force yourself in this twist. It's very easy to use the arm strength and just try to manipulate the spine. But what you want to focus on is really the core engagement, using all of the muscles here to help you with the rotation of the spine. So a great option is to lift your hands off of the knee and off of the floor to hover, and then use the strength of your own core and the muscles that surround the spine to grow taller. And then exhale, twist a little more, gazing back, so you're completing this twist all the way through the neck. Last deep breath here. Get heavy in that left hip. Good, and then inhale, both of your arms up, face forward. And then exhale, twist to your left first. Use your core strength, then drop the arms down. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale to help lengthen that heart up, lengthening the spine. Exhale, gently twist. So if you keep your hands on the knee and floor, that's great. Just be gentle about it, right? Rather than any force and pushing, you're just using a little pressure to help you with that rotation. And really the breath is your guide here. As you inhale, you're inflating, you're creating space, so maybe you come out of the twist a little. And as you exhale, you're diminishing space, and we can twist a little more, gazing back as well. Let's do 2 more breaths right here. Beautiful, last full inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, both of the arms up, reach tall, let your palms meet above the head, look up and bring your hands to your heart center, closing the eyes. And just remind yourself right now of your intention that you set for yourself. And if you need to set one now set one. Take a deep breath into that intention, with that intention in your mind. And then release your hands. All right, then we're gonna come to our hands and knees. So tabletop position. Now, if you have sensitive knees or if you're on concrete, Devin and Lily and Chris, then you can bring a blanket underneath your knees just to bring extra padding there so that you're not compromising the kneecap and all those connective muscles. Then spread your fingers really wide in your tabletop position. Let the tops of your feet meet the mat and your toes are pointing straight back behind you. Now we'll start with cow pose. Drop your belly, inhale, pull your chest forward and look all the way up. Really arching your spine, stay here. If you want to move to cat pose, go for it. But I'm going to encourage you to stay and sway your body weight left to right, moving your hips a little left and right, maybe even feeling a side body kind of crunch, squeezing shoulder to hip, moving your head around, and then pause at center, really spread those fingers, and then feel like your hands are trying to pull back towards your knees, but keep them stuck on the sticky mat, and feel your chest pull forward from that. Little bend in your elbows, take a breath, look up, and then exhale, cat pose. Round your spine, squeeze your glutes, pull the tailbone under you, and bring your chin to your chest. Now you can stay here and move a little left and move a little right to feel the left and right of your spine stretching. Keep your chin pulling to your chest so you feel your neck get longer, and a nice stretch through the upper back into the right in between the shoulders here. And then we'll pause at center, take an inhale, exhale, stay here. Press everything into the floor, knees, shins, hands, and then inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, let your elbows bend a little, pull your heart through your arms, look up. Exhale, cat pose. Press everything into the floor, engage your core, pushing air out of the body, chin to chest. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, cat pose. So now moving with your breath, I encourage you to close your eyes and just flow from inhale to exhale, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. You can go as fast as you want, you can go as slowly as you want. A really beautiful mindfulness practice here is trying to move one vertebrae at a time, all the way, starting from your tailbone. So the tailbone initiates the movement. We always have one spot of the body that starts the movement, and then everything else flows from there. So here from cow and cat, it's the tailbone. Pulling the tailbone up to the ceiling, feeling the belly drop, opening up the chest, looking up. Exhale, tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. Let's do one more full round here, inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. And then we'll meet in our table. Curl your toes behind you. Come to sit on your heels with those toes curled. And then shake out your hands. Let's bring our arms forward, palms facing the floor. Bring your thumbs into the center of your palms. Wrap your fingers around your thumbs with a gentle grip. So you're not really making a fist and tightening it. It's just soft. And start circling your wrists, going in very wide circles with those wrists. And nice mindfulness practice here is trying to move your wrists in the same direction at the same time. Sometimes it's frustrating if you can't do it, and notice that. It's okay if you can't do it, it's not a big deal. Every day is different as well. And just smile at yourself. Have this sense of a playful curiosity of what's going on and what's showing up for you as we move through our practice. There's times, especially during balancing, where we can get frustrated, but it's also a really empowering sensation when we can find that balance. So just notice the differences, the opposites. And then release your hands, shake it out. Walk your hands forward now. Spread the fingers very wide, untuck your toes, and give the tops of the feet a tap on the floor. Okay, now, fingers wide, we always start with our foundation. Align your index fingers parallel to each other on the edges of the mat. Curl those toes again and start to push into your hands to lift your knees and press your chest to your thighs. Little bend in the knees, start to reach your tailbone up, and we're coming into our first downward facing dog. So down dog is all about spinal extension, finding a very long spine. So let your head really hang heavily here to feel your neck relax. Move your body weight left to right. And as you're shifting left to right, feel the tailbone lift higher with every shift. So you're really pressing into the right hand, pushing into the left hand as you're swaying. You can start pedaling your feet. So you bend your left knee and the right heel drops to the floor. And then you can switch. Right knee bends, left heel drops to the floor. Keep going, just pedaling your feet or moving your weight side to side. Check in with your shoulders. Are your shoulders really shrugging up towards your neck and ears, your upper back super tight? Try to push down from the outer edges of your armpits to your outer pinkies. And then feel a pull up from your thumbs to the inner armpits. So you're engaging the pecs and around the shoulders to broaden the shoulders around the back. Take a deep round of breath right here. And an open mouth exhale. Now tighten your core, bend your knees to lift your heels. Look at your feet, walk your hands all the way back to your feet to a forward fold. So exhale, drop your head heavily, drop your arms. And then inhale, lift halfway. Let your hands slide up your shins, pressing your chest away from your thighs. Stay here as you exhale in this half forward fold. Engage your core here. Peel your tailbone, push back, and the crown, the top of your head, pull forward. So your gaze is straight down. Now bring your arms out to a T. Good. Palms are in line with your shoulders, palms facing down. So look left and right. See that your wrists, elbow, and shoulders are in one line. Tighten your core here. Feel the mid-upper back pushed up to the ceiling. Roll your shoulder blades on your back. Take a deeper breath. Hold it as you exhale. Bend your knees now. Flip your palms up as you sink your hips and push out of your feet to rise to standing, reaching your arms up. Palms meet and then bring them to your heart center. Take a breath right here. Release your hands as you exhale, and then let's interlace them behind the back. And you can use the opposite clasp than what we did before. So we always have a habitual way of clasping. I always am a right finger on the top, so I'm gonna go left. What are you gonna do? It's the awkward one where you're like, ugh, that feels weird. And then open up your feet a little wider than your hips, almost as wide as the mat. Bend your knees, toes pointing straight forward, outer edges of your feet almost parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Now, option one, elbows bent, thumb knuckles to your low back, inner elbows squeeze. Option two, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your hands away from the low back. Inhale, lift your heart to the sun. Exhale, fold forward. So a nice bend in your knees so your belly touches your thighs first, then fold all the way down. Letting your hands either stay on that low back, squeezing the inner elbows in, or letting your fists come away from the low spine as far as feels comfortable. But we're still squeezing the shoulder blades behind you, opening up into the chest and feeling your shoulders pull away from your ears. Nice deep round of breath in. As you're exhaling, relax your head more. Another full breath. Exhale everything out. One more inhale. And then bending your elbows, if they're not already, bring your hands to the lower back and then release the clasp. Tracing your hands down the backs of your legs to your ankles. Inhale, let them slide up your shins, pushing you into a half forward fold, long extended spine. Exhale, fold forward, relax your head. Shake yes, shake your head no. Now, fingers land in front of your toes, bend your knees a lot. Press your chest away from the thighs and just walk your hands about a footprint or two in front of your toes. So we're almost like in a football quarterback stance or whatever, punter, whatever that position is. I'm obviously not a football fan. All right, left hand goes into a fist right in the center of the mat. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and pull like you're pulling a bow back. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Now feel the right hip hug back slightly, roll both shoulders on your back, feel your chest lift forward. Now you can look up here, you can look over towards the right or down. So just protect the neck. And then take a deep breath to elongate your spine. As you exhale, hug the left rib cage underneath you to help you twist more, looking up, if that's okay. Another full breath here. And then release the right hand down. Make a fist with that hand. Bend your knees a lot so the hips sink. Right hand is in the center of the mat. Push into that hand. Pull the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Your right knee is bent deeper now. Your left leg is straighter, but there can still be a bend in that knee. Roll your shoulders on your back. Reach and look up through that left hand if that's okay for your neck. If at any point there's straining in your neck, just change your gaze. You always have three options. Feel the chest and your heart center pull over towards the left, broadening the chest, flattening the upper back, and then hug the right ribs under you as you exhale. You can do that by engaging the left side waist here. Take another big breath. And exhale, release the left hand down. Relax your head, relax your arms. Shake your head yes, no. Inhale, lift halfway again, long spine. Exhale, fold. Now plant your hands, step your toes to point out away from you, bend the knees and drop your hips low. Take your time sinking low here. Bring your elbows right on your inner knees and touch your palms together. Feel your thumbs come right in line with your heart as your heart is pulling forward. Take a full breath in right here. Engage your core as you're exhaling, pushing stale air out. 2 more breaths. Try to grow longer through the crown of the head. Exhale, engage the belly. 1 more here, you've got it. And then release your hands as you exhale. Push your hips up, point your toes forward. Inhale, hands on your shins, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, relax the head. Here we go, walk forward, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Move a little left, move a little right. Relax the head. Find a nice long spine here. You can find a long spine by bending those knees, flip the tailbone up, and then feel from your calves to your heels, push down, stretching those lower legs. Take a full inhale together, and then open mouth, exhale. Bend your knees deeply, look at your hands. Try to take 1 big step forward, observing which foot led you there, and then step forward with the other foot. So both feet at the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands now, step both legs back. Stepping or finding our plank pose, you can move that blanket off of your mat if you have it there. From our plank, we're gonna hold it, build a little strength, build a little heat. Thighs are really strong here. Feel a micro bend into your knees and the heels are charging back behind you. Engage your belly, feel the tailbone pull to your heels and the front of your belly pull up to your chest. Roll the shoulders on your back, keep your hips right in line with your shoulders. Take another breath. Hold it as you exhale. Now shift your weight forward, push out of your toes. Option 1 here is to drop our knees down. If full chaturanga is in your practice, please go for it. Otherwise, shift your weight forward, bend those elbows, let those elbows kiss your ribs as you're lowering all the way nice and slowly to the hips and belly and then the chest. Untuck your toes, keep the tops of your feet on the floor, engage your thighs, push your pelvis down, and then inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, staying pretty low here, and you can even lighten the weight on your hands to lift them. Elbows squeeze in. With your next exhale, lower the torso and the forehead down. Inhale again, low cobra. Lifting up through the crown of the head, shoulders back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Keep your feet on the earth. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Hands are right under your shoulders. Curl your toes, push back up to your knees. Move your hips back. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pressing into your hands, pushing the chest closer. Take a deep breath here. Exhale it out. Another full breath. And sigh it out. Good. Now lift the right leg up. Keep your toes pointing down to the floor. Feel the back of that leg lift it higher. Squeeze that right glute. Feel the hamstring lift. Now point your right toes out to the right side and feel the outer right hip lift the leg higher. Deeper breath. Push into your hands. Feel the lift, lift, lift. Bend your right knee now. Feel the kneecap pull up. Take a breath. Exhale, bring your knee forward all the way to your nose. Bringing your weight forward, shoulders over your wrists. Now look between your hands. Drop your right foot down to the floor. And then drop the left knee down to the floor. Keep your left toes curled. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Interlace your fingers and start pushing that thigh forward as you rise, lifting your torso. Take a full breath in. As you're exhaling, sink into your hips here. Now you want to keep the engagement of those left toes really rooting down so much that this left knee could lift. And if you want to do it, do it. Lift the knee. You don't have to though, and I'm going to cue without it. Now press into the left toes behind you, push into your right heel, your right big toe mound, and then inhale your arms up. Press, press, press. Grow taller now. Feeling your heart lifting, feeling your tailbone grow low, front belly lifting here. Take a deep breath in. Hold it as you exhale, relax the shoulders. Another big breath. And then bend the left elbow. Bring that hand to your upper back. Grab that left elbow with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen, pulling your heart forward. Exhale, tilt over to your right hand side. Take a deeper breath in, lift the heart forward. Exhale, tilt over towards the right. One more breath here. Try to bring that right shoulder forward so your chest is parallel. And then inhale to a straight spine, your arms go up. Exhale your right arm down, swoop it behind you, reach behind you, and let the left arm reach forward. Palms are facing the right. Deep breath, lift the spine. Exhale, twist, gazing back. Another full breath. As you exhale this time, just lean forward, drop your left hand to the floor. Keep your right arm reaching up to the sun. Nice deep breath, open the chest. Exhale, hug the left rib cage under you. One more here. And then release that right hand all the way down to the floor. Good, now lift that left knee, step your left foot forward to drop that whole foot down onto the floor. Your left toes are pointing forward to this front left corner of the mat. Engage your core. Slowly bring your hands to your right thigh, press all the way up, and then extend your arms to the sun. Palms facing each other above your head. We're in warrior one pose here. So check it out that your feet are hip distance versus being on a balance beam. Right foot's on the right, left foot's on the left. Both toes are pointing forward. Your left toes are at a little bit of an angle out to the left. Squeeze that left glute. Start to, again, feel your tailbone lengthen as the front belly lifts. And then as you're exhaling, bend deeper into your right knee. And as you're bending, you always want to be able to see all 5 toes in front of your kneecap. So as you're bending, keep the left leg strong, rooting the outer foot down. It's very easy to collapse on the inner arch on that left foot. So push the outer foot into the earth. Bend deeper, bend deeper. Make sure you can see those toes. Another big breath here. And then release your hands to interlace behind your back. Now you can keep your elbows bent once again, thumb knuckles on that low spine, squeezing those inner elbows towards each other. Great, awesome option. Stay there if that's enough. Otherwise, see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades more and straighten through the elbows. Now, full inhale to lift your heart to the sun. As you're exhaling, lean forward and take your time. Keep the pressure in that back foot rooting down. You've got to really press back there. Majority of your body weight is coming forward here. It's very natural for that left heel to want to lift, but keep it on the floor. Only fold as far as to keep that leg rooted. And now feel the outer right hip pull into the midline of the mat. So your hips are staying parallel to the front. Engage your core as you're exhaling, maybe lower even further, letting your right elbow almost meet that inner knee. Lift your hands up to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades. Maybe you can relax your head to look all the way behind you. Steady the breath here. We'll only do 2 more. Squeeze all of the air out as you exhale. Keep your core tight. 1 more here. Engage that core, lift all the way back up. Push away from your right foot. Let that leg go straight. Reach your arms up to the sun. And then hands come to your heart center. Rebending that right knee. Now lift that left heel up so you're on your tippy toes on that left foot. Lean your body weight forward. Step that left leg forward. And we're going to balance. Warrior 3 pose. Push into your right foot. Engage that left leg. Reach back through the heel. Lift the leg and slowly drop your torso. Your hands can stay together right in front of your heart, or they can come by your hips, palms facing the floor. Grow a nice long neck here, so bring your chin towards your throat and feel the top of your head pull forward. Keep steady breaths flowing through the body. Breathing to your capacity, engaging your core with the exhale. Take 1 more breath here. Hold it as you exhale. Hands to your heart center, bend the right knee and bring the left leg all the way forward. Woo! A lot of strength there. Stay, find the balance. If you come out of it, no big deal. Meet us right here, pressing away from that right foot, growing tall through the body, shoulders right over your hips. And then our right hand is gonna come to the outer left thigh. Inhale the left arm up to the ceiling, grow tall, and then exhale, slowly rotate, 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 twisting behind you. Take a deep breath in, lengthening. Exhale, engage the abdominal muscles, reach back. 2 more right here. Last one, you guys are doing so good. Exhale to release the left hand down. Bring both arms swooping up to the sun. Extend that left leg, grow tall, tall, tall. Hold it here, really strong strength through the left. Another inhale, and then bend that left knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Push that left foot back. Warrior three. 2 more breaths. Holding it here. Last one. And then bend the right knee. Drop your left toes back. Keep that heel lifted, so shimmy that foot back more. Inhale your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, fold forward. Outlining that right foot, then step that right leg back all the way to a 3-legged dog. Spread those fingers wide first. Reach that right leg straight and strong. Point your right toes out towards the right side. Feel the outer right hip lift that leg higher. Good, take another breath. And then drop that foot to the floor, downward facing dog. One big inhale here. Lion's breath, stick your tongue out as you exhale. Another one. Exhale it out. Last full breath. And then we'll drop to the knees, bring your knees pretty wide. Meet your big toes together, tops of your feet on the floor. Push into your hands to push your hips down behind you. And then extend those arms forward, melting your heart and forehead to the floor. Child's pose. Rock your head side to side. Deepen the breath or let your breath be passive, whatever feels most comfortable for you here. Keep breathing. Mendel was giving you a little bit of a show there. Last deep breath right here, and as you exhale, literally melt into the floor. Inhale, come up to your tabletop. Curl those toes, and we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Finding your down dog, feet are hip distance, fingers are spread wide, little micro bend in the knees to help us lengthen the spine. But then we feel the upper thighs start to push to the back of the room. So you feel the upper legs, backs of the legs stretching. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Now we'll lift the left leg here. So you can bring your big toes together. We'll help you with a little bit of balance. Left leg lifts. Feel the toes, or keep the toes pointing down. Feel that back of the leg lifting. So, or the back of the leg engaging to lift the leg. Glute, hamstring. Point your left toes now out to the left side and feel the outer left hip lift that leg higher, higher, higher. Bend the knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that knee all the way forward to your nose. Bring your shoulders over your wrist, hold it, look between your hands, and then drop that left foot between your hands. Now you may meet that foot may come in the middle of the mat, so you can use your left hand to get it forward. Drop your right knee to the floor. Keep your toes tucked. Hands to your left thigh, interlacing, pushing that thigh forward as you roll the spine up. Sink into the hips. Squeeze that right glute. Stay so connected with pushing into those right toes that even here you could lift that knee. And if you want to, go for it. You don't have to though. Another big breath. And then start rooting more into the back toes, more into this left heel and big toe mound. Arms come up. And then we press so that we have like a 90-degree angle-ish with this left knee. Take a full breath in, lengthening the spine, your side body, your chest is forward. Engage your ribs here as you're exhaling. Another big breath. And then bend the right elbow. Bring that hand to your upper back. Grab the right elbow with your left hand. Lift your chin. Push your head against that forearm. And then inhale, lengthen from the right. Exhale, tilt to the left. Not about how far you're going, just about feeling the stretch. Inhale, feel your heart center pull forward. Exhale, tilt to the left. Feel the left shoulder pull forward. So your chest is parallel to the front of the mat. Good. And then inhale to a straight spine. Arms come up. Full breath here. Exhale, lower the left arm down. Pass the left hip. Reach it behind you. And then reach your right arm forward. Palms facing the left side. Arms are parallel to the floor. Inhale to lengthen the spine, lifting the heart. Exhale, twist, twist, twist back. Look back. Another full breath. And then lower the left arm down, bring both arms swooping up to the ceiling, maybe look up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the right toes curled. Now lift the knee. Bend that back knee a little to step that foot forward. Maybe a footprint to drop that whole foot on the floor. So feel the outer edge of your foot at like a little bit of an angle. Your right toes are pointing to the front right corner of the mat. And then bend the left knee already. Feel that stretch in the back of your right leg. Engage your tummy, pull the belly in, and then hands to your thigh to come all the way up. Bring your arms up to the sun when you're ready. Lengthening with an inhale, and then exhale, sinking. Beautiful, guys. Nice deep rounds of breath. Keep that outer right foot really rooted, pushing your weight into the outer edge versus the inner arch where we love to collapse. Feel this right hip kind of pull, this right thigh pulling in towards the midline. Feel the left hip hug back, right hip forward, left hip back. Hips are parallel to the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in. And then release your hands, interlacing behind the back. Try to find the opposite clasp. If you forgot, doesn't matter. And then your thumb knuckles can be on that low spine. Feel the tailbone pull down. You can even use your thumbs to help with that movement. Tail low, front belly lifting. And then if it feels good, squeeze those inner elbows towards each other. Stay there. Or straighten the elbows. Squeezing your shoulder blades, opening up the chest. Wherever you are, inhale to lift your heart up. Exhale, start leaning forward. And as you're leaning, you're pressing into that back foot, keeping it down. You're feeling the left hip pull back slightly. You're bending deeper into this left knee, rooting into that left heel. Press away from the floor. There's got to be a root down, otherwise we just sink into the pose. So press away from the floor, resist. Keep your core tight. Start to feel the outer left hip pull in towards the midline of the mat or your body, or over to the right. And then maybe start to drop your head, looking all the way behind you, really challenging your balance. Feel your clasped hands, maybe pull up to the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades. Take 2 more breaths. Long, steady breath. Inhale to rise. Release your arms, swoop them to the sun, hands together to your heart. Lift those right heel or the right heel up. Come onto your right toes. Tilt your body weight forward. Now I'm going to challenge you from your warrior one-ish, right, with that heel lifted. We're leaning forward. Can you bring your weight so much onto this left foot that you can push and lift that right leg up, flying right into your warrior 3 pose? Hands can stay together right at your heart or by your hips. If you come out of it at any point, no problem, just start from the beginning. Lifting, tilting, lengthening, and lifting. Couple more here, steady the breath. Keep the right toes pointing to the floor so you feel that outer right hip drop down, hips are parallel. You're reaching back through the right heel, this leg has got to be strong. 1 more breath. Hands to your heart if they're not already. Bend the left knee and bring that right leg forward all the way, standing. Woo! Catch your breath, steady your balance. Awesome. Left hand to the outer right thigh, right arm comes up. Hold on to this leg. Feel this leg push into the hand, push the hand back into the leg. This is gonna help you keep the balance. And then exhale, help you to twist. Reach the right arm back. Feel your heart right on top of your hips, shoulders on top of those hips and the ankle. Full inhale to lengthen. Squeeze your navel in as you exhale, gaze back, reach back. Another one. Beautiful, guys, last big breath. And then lower the right arm down, bring both arms up and straighten that right leg. Hold it here. Lift those toes, lift the leg higher. 1 more breath, and then bend the knee. Push it back, hands to your heart. Warrior 3. Full breath, hold it here. Engage your core, tighten. 1 more breath. And then bend the left knee, right foot drops far back. High lunge, keep that heel lifted. Arms come all the way up, grow tall, tall, tall. Exhale, fold forward. Step that left leg all the way back. 3-legged dog. Point your left toes out to the left. Feel the outer left hip, lift it, and then bend the knee. Feel that left hip lift higher. Take a deeper breath. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale it to the floor. Downward facing dog. One big inhale right here. Open mouth, exhale. Now shift from your down dog to your plank pose. Bringing your weight forward, shoulders over your wrists, heels push back, legs are tight. Deep inhale, shift your body weight forward. Can you lower from your plank in a full straight line, chaturanga? Elbows right over your wrists, taking your time, slower, slower, slower to the belly. Inhale, untap your toes, lift your head, your heart, pressing into your hands, but feeling those hands track to the back of the mat. Elbows squeeze in, exhale, lower. Stay here. Bring your hands forward in front of your shoulders, and then press into your hands. Keep your glutes tight, push the tops of your feet down, hug your belly in, and then lift your chest forward. Seal pose, roll the shoulders on the back. Full inhale here. Hold the core in as you're exhaling. One more big breath. And then bend the elbows, let them land, let your belly soften, and then your chest meet the mat. Open your elbows wide, stack your palms, and rest your forehead on those stacked palms. Take a breath. As you're breathing here, breathe right into the lower back. All of the spaciousness will lift their meditative breath, helping you to feel space where there's typically a lot of compression. Helping you feel space where we were back bending a lot today. 2 more breaths. Think of your intention, keeping your mind present and on you. Beautiful. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Curl your toes, push up to your knees, downward facing dog. Last one. One final full breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Now we'll bend the knees, look at your hands. Can you take a big step with your left foot to your outer left wrist? And then same thing, right foot to your outer right wrist. Toes pointing out, sink your hips, low yogi squat. Elbows are on those inner knees, palms touching. Now notice if the back is really rounding, so pull your heart forward, roll the shoulders on your back, lengthening the spine up and out through the top of the head. Take a full breath here. Engage the belly. Another big breath. And then release your hands, drop them to the floor, bring them behind you, come all the way to a seat. Left leg's going long, right knee stays bent, and then drop that knee open. From here, bring your hands to your outer hips and rotate your torso and your hips to face this long right edge of the mat. So then adjust your right foot so it's coming onto the top of the left thigh. And then we're kind of rotating as much as feels good for you. Okay, now bring your left hand to the right knee. Reach the right arm all the way up. Just take a breath. Bend the left elbow so you're kind of hooking that knee, right? You're really holding onto it. Reach up through the right arm, but then stay here, sink into the left hip. Feel that that right knee might lift, and that's fine. Get heavy in your left hip so your weight is neutral. Keep your left toes pointing up to the ceiling. Take a full breath in, reach up, and then exhale, lean to the left, reaching your right arm over towards the left. Now pull on that right knee, bend the left elbow, and face your heart over towards the right or a little bit, or towards really the long edge of the mat. Find your breath. Your gaze can go up, you can look forward or look down. Protect your neck. And it might feel good to move it around, looking up, forward, and down, and rotating back. 2 more really deep, long breaths. 1 more here. Good, and then inhale that right arm up, drop it to the floor. Bring your left hand to the floor just in front of the right knee and push yourself up onto the top of your right foot and your knee, and then that left heel. So lift those left toes up and reach the left arm up. Flip the palm behind you and reach behind you all the way back. Push your hips forward in front of you. Squeeze your glutes. Pull the head back for your throat. Take a breath. And then come all the way down. Good. Now we're just going to switch sides. So bring the right knee in, face the front of the mat. Find yourself in the middle, bend the left knee, drop that left knee open, hands to the outer hips, and then you're going to rotate yourself to face the left side now. All right, now I'm just gonna do a big circle. So now our hips are pretty much facing this long edge of the mat. And then our right toes are up. The left foot is up the top of the right thigh, okay? And then right hand holds the left knee. So right away, we're facing our heart towards this left side. So feel a little bit of that twist in the spine. Left hand can push into the floor, helping you to then sink into that right hip. Keep a hold of the left knee. Inhale, left arm comes up, lengthen through the left side. Exhale, pull that left knee so your right elbow bends as you're leaning over to the right. Now gaze up, look forward or down. Try to drop and relax this left shoulder on your back. Another great option here is bringing a bend in the left elbow. Bring your hand to the back of your head and reaching out through the elbow versus the arm. Take a couple more breaths here. Good, another one. And then inhale, come up. Straighten that left arm if it's bent. Drop that left hand to the floor. Bring your right hand to the floor. Push yourself forward and up onto this left knee and foot. Push into the top of that left foot. Reach your right toes up. Bring that right arm up. Face the palm behind you and reach back. Pushing your hips forward as you're reaching your right arm back and even pulling your head back here. Full breath in right here. And then exhale, release all the way to the floor. Good. Bring that left knee in. Let the legs go long out in front of you. Nice and long legs. Then remove the bits out from under you. Toes up, thighs tight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Rest your hands wherever. And if it's hard to reach for your toes, it's not about reaching for the toes. It's just about the stretch. So if you really are like, I really want to touch my toes though, you can just bend your knees, no big deal. Hold the outer edges of your feet or your toes. And then just like when we're standing in a forward fold, this is helping you kind of get out of that lower back. So lengthen that heart up, feel the belly touch your thighs, and then pull your chest over those legs. Rest your head heavy. And then as you're here, you can inch your heels forward one at a time so that you feel the legs going a little straighter, but you're taking your time with feeling into the stretch in the legs, in your lower back or your upper back. Take a full breath. Let's do about 3 here. Squeeze your belly in with the exhale. Start to relax your facial muscles again. Think about your intention. And then keep your core tight. Let your arms release from your feet. Roll all the way up, letting your arms be relaxed. You're using your core strength to stack. All the way up, roll the shoulders. Inhale the arms up, lengthening. Palms meeting to our heart center. Intention in your mind. Take a full breath there. And then the eyes can open if they've closed. Reach your arms forward now. Have enough room to lay down behind you. And then we're gonna move one vertebrae at a time, starting from the tailbone. Tuck that tailbone under you. Start to feel yourself lowering down slowly, slower than you wanna go. When it gets hard, go slower. Feeling your sacrum drop down, then that lower back. Your legs will naturally slide towards you, let it happen. And the middle back, right to the mid upper back, to the shoulders, and then the head, and then the arms. Beautiful. Take a deep breath right here. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Now, just as you need to, let's bring your right knee into your chest, squeeze it in. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, and you can do that by pushing into the back of your head. Lift the upper back, tuck them under, and rest. Lengthen the neck again, squeeze your right knee in, a little out to the shoulder. And then we'll twist. Let that left hand come to the outer right thigh and push that knee over to the left. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling to start. Take a breath right here into the ribs. As you exhale, watch your right hand as you drop it open to the right side. Observe any creaks and cracks in the spine. If you feel a major stretch in your upper arm, just bend the elbow. Take it out of the arm a little, bring it into the pec a bit more, and then breathe. Full inhale. Exhale with ease. Can you relax your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your hips? Feeling your body temperature start to cool a little as we take deeper breaths. We help to settle the body, settling our nervous system as we slowly prepare ourselves for rest. Now bring yourself onto your back again, and we'll switch legs. So bring the left knee in, hold onto the shin, let your right leg go long, toes up, heel on the ground. Push into the back of your head, lift the upper back, tuck the shoulders, and then squeeze the knee in and a little out to the shoulder. Left shoulder. Take a breath. And then soften the grip, let your right hand come onto the outer left thigh. Push that knee over to the right, reach your left arm up to the ceiling, look at that left hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, watch the left hand as you drop it open to the left hand side. Sink into your twist. Take an inhale here. Exhale with ease. Relax your legs, your hips, your shoulders. If your gaze wants to do something else, do it. Just focus on the breath, filling into the ribs, expanding the rib cage in the front and your back body. It's hard to breathe in twists. Super therapeutic too. Take deeper breaths here. Good, and then we'll roll onto our back again. Bring both knees into your chest. Now let your knees open wide, let your hands slide down the legs to your ankles and then to your outer feet. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and then pull your ankles down towards your hips. Knees are wide, push your tailbone down, your sacrum down, tuck your shoulders underneath you, lengthen your neck. Feel the tail push down, your lower back pressing into the floor, knees are wide. Take a deep breath here. And then release. Bring your knees together, hold on to your shins, bring your nose up to your knees. Full inhale right here like a tiny little ball. And then exhale, release for your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Corpse pose. Ankles open wider than your hips, flop your feet open. Tuck your shoulders under you, let your arms be by your side, maybe a few inches away from your hips. Palms up if that feels good, but if down feels better, do down. Close the eyes, and then with an open mouth, exhale all of the stale air out of your body. Once you're empty, inhale through the nose. All the way to your capacity, hold the breath in. Hold it in at the top, sip it up now, fill up a little more. Hold it, sip it. And an open mouth exhale to release. Feel all of the muscles around your spine relax. Get any wiggles and jiggles out. And commit to stillness here in your Shavasana. The most important pose and the hardest pose of our practice. The most important to let our body just rest after so much doing and intention. And the hardest because this pose asks for us to remain still. So that our body can do what it does best in rest, and that is to heal. So as you notice your mind drifting and thinking, you've done it. That is the practice. You've become aware. And then think about this next exhale and relax your body with that breath out. Just start fresh with a sense of release. I'll keep track of time. And just allow your body to do nothing here. Allow your mind to circle back when you notice that it's drifting. Slowly now begin to deepen your breath. Move your eyes underneath your eyelids and start inviting gentle movements into the rest of the body. Swallowing, moving your head side to side, wiggling your fingers and your toes, opening your jaw, spreading your eyebrows, and then we'll make our way into a full body stretch. Point your toes forward, reach your arms behind you, reach, stretch, and flex in one long line. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale to relax the body. And then bend into your knees and roll over to your side, keeping your eyes closed. Just a couple more seconds of closed eyes. Your eyes work hard for you all day, so it's a really nice gift to just let them rest. And then we're slowly transitioning here to a seated position. So press into your hands, come all the way up, feeling your way there, tuning into one less sense than what we're used to. Finding a cross-legged seat, lengthen the spine tall. Take a nice full breath in right here. And an open mouth exhale. Just observing the beautiful effects of your practice and your hard work, your effort of moving and breathing, and connecting with yourself. And bring your palms together to meet in front of your heart. With the corners of your mouth, lift to your ears to give yourself a big smile. And hold gratitude deep in your heart for choosing to take this time for you, because it's hard to choose to want to take time and be here with ourselves, but it is such a beautiful gift. A priceless gift of time to reconnect with ourselves, to recalibrate, and just for 60 minutes to let everything else go and just be with us. Remind yourself of your intention. Let this guide you whenever you need it to. Reminding yourself you are in control of your thoughts, as hard as that is at times. And let's rub our palms together to generate heat and energy. Go faster and faster to feel the heat building. And then once you feel warmth, for your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, barely draping on your face. Feeling the heat and energy there, observing the darkness creep in, maybe lots of color. Take a full breath in right here, absorbing that inside. And then exhale, release your hands gently over your face. Let your palms remain again in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family, thank you so much for being here today. Namaste.